Coming up on the WP Minute, as the site editor experience in WordPress core improves, will page builders get blocked out from adoption? Look, even WooCommerce is catching up. All that and more coming up next. The WordPress professional, someone who's running a small agency, freelance business, maybe even selling themes and plugins for WordPress. Now is your time to join a fantastic Slack group of folks just like you. Visit thewpminute.com/support and get in for as little as $5. Want more perks? Join the annual membership for $79 a year to get access to discounts and events sponsored by the WP Minute. Join us and support the show for as little as $5 at thewpminute.com/support. Your best 5 minutes of WordPress starts now. I've been learning the 2024 theme deeply over the last few weeks, as I feel this is one of the most important default themes ever released. A theme that has a good set of patterns at launch, a less opinionated design than previous default themes, and with the site editing and block experience at an acceptable level for customizations. 2024 provides a solid starting point for many small businesses or creators looking for a new website. My only hope is that the design team behind 2024 continues to improve the feature set and not let it sit after launch. Let's make this theme better over the next year. In a tweet by Matt Mullenweg, quote, "As Gutenberg gets more capable, non-Gutenberg site builders will likely need to continue raising their prices to maintain revenue churn in the face of higher churn and fewer new users. I don't think this trend will happen for Gutenberg-based ones." He goes on to continue, "They'll also need to spend more to keep up as they have to duplicate all the engineering that's going on in core. This is why we asked them all to plan on Gutenberg since the start of the development in 2017. Phases 1 and 2 also could have gotten a lot faster with their help." I'm not surprised with Mullenweg's offensive take on the recent price hike at Elementor, but I also feel it's a bit short-sighted for the industry as a whole. Offensive meaning the opposite of defensive. I felt like that tweet was him going on the offense against these other page builders. Does it always have to be core versus third-party plugins for WordPress to survive? Do the future enhancements to site editing and blocks slowly erode the page builder market? I understand why it's happening. In fact, I called for it for many years. And as frustrating as it can be, the fragmentation of the WordPress experience has brought us a lot of choices and innovation over those years. So when WordPress core ships with the default experience good enough to keep new users from churning, the better it is for the whole market, hopefully page builders and all. You go from losing new users to closed source competition like Wix and Squarespace to keeping them in WordPress, even if there's a learning curve, which we can use to clearly draw the lines in the sand. Hey, here's the WordPress core experience. It's great for beginners. And when you need something more, you turn to the third-party market. That's how we'll see the market shape up over the next 1 to 3 years. Feature themes and page builders will serve the needs of WordPress professionals or DIYers that want to up their no-code building game. When a user is ready to make the leap, the third-party ecosystem is healthy enough to serve those customers. Believe me, this is the same positioning that Automattic is taking with Jetpack. They will position it as the best way to extend your usage of WordPress. Over the next year, I'll be criticizing the project through the lens of Josepha's Look into the Future of WordPress talk that she did at WordCamp US. When we ask, is WordPress thriving, do we mean WordPress as a whole, third-party plugins and all, or just the objectives for the software and Automattic? Important links this week. As I mentioned, Elementor is increasing pricing and shifting some features out of their basic plan. Devin Walker runs a high fever and goes all in on reporting WordPress news. I created a custom GPT out of 300 plus episodes of the Matt Report. You can find it and ChatGPT if you have an account. Syed Balki explains why he's invested in WordPress services even further than his previous quote in our episode on Twitter, but also receives criticism over placement in his content juggernaut at WP Beginner. WooCommerce 8.3 makes cart checkout and order confirmation blocks finally. And I made a new video titled Watch This Before You Try 2024 Theme. It's an in-depth look at using 2024. That's it for today's episode. Be sure to listen to our other podcast, the WP Minute Plus. You can find it for free where you get this podcast. Search for WP Minute in your favorite podcast app and add both of us because we've always got some great interviews lined up on that other podcast. Thanks to our pillar sponsors, Pressable and Bluehost. Thanks to our Foundation Plus sponsors, the WP World, Hostinger, and Image SEO. Without these sponsors, support from our paying members, and you, the listener, the WP Minute wouldn't be possible. See you next week.